In this next video, we're going to be looking at question 65 from chapter 5. Again, it is a find the error. First thing we're going to do is paste in the text of the program. So we've got a squiggly line right here. This whole thing is underlined. You can see a couple different errors. The first thing you want to do is build the project or build the solution. So you can go up to your build menu and then choose build solution. We've got multiple errors here. Whoops. I'm going to bring that window up again. Apologize about that. Okay, so the first problem we have is a missing quote. So you can see there's an issue here with the quote missing. That should be pretty straightforward. New line in constant. So it looks like there's something else going on in this program. So let's start going line by line and figuring out what's going on here. We got some weird indenting that Visual Studio did. We've got a while statement with no curly braces. Now when you don't use curly braces, what the compiler infers is that you mean to only loop over this one next statement. I always suggest using the curly braces even if you only have one statement to loop over. So where should this, how many lines should this loop? One way to find out is to look at the comment that says what it's supposed to do. This program adds two numbers entered by the user. So it looks like we want them to enter one number, assign it to number 1, then enter another number and assign it to number 2, and then we want to output their sum is, and then the actual sum, and then we want to ask the user, do you want to do this again? And then we take their input for again. So what we want to do is, if they enter lowercase y or capital Y, it looks like we want to loop again. Otherwise we want to stop looping. So from that we can infer that our loop starts up here and ends down here. What Visual Studio did was automatically indent everything for me between the two curly braces. So what we'd like to do now is build again. Now we have another error. It says uninitialized local variable again. So right here we're checking to see if again is equal to lowercase y or capital Y. We've declared it up here as a character, but it's saying it's uninitialized, meaning we have to set it to some value. It can't check to see if it's equal to lowercase y or capital Y because we haven't actually set it to anything. So initially we want to go ahead and go into this loop. So we can set it to lowercase y or capital Y. So when we hand trace this, let's go ahead and build it first. Okay. So when we hand trace this, we can see that it's going to start with y. And ignore this squiggly line, my Visual Studio just hasn't updated yet. Set it to lowercase y, it's going to check to see if it is indeed lowercase y. And then it's going to go ahead and run through this. Let's go ahead and run this. To do so, you can click on the local Windows debugger, enter a number, let's enter 5, and let's enter 6. Their sum is 11. Do you want to do this again? Let's try lowercase y. And it's asking us for new numbers, and it's correctly doing their sum. Now if we don't put y, if we put n for instance, the program closes. It looks like we fixed it.